I'm going to teach you guys how to draw some stuff. We'll begin with the treble clef or G clef that you just read about in your lesson. So let's say I've got a staff already provided for me, and I want to draw a treble clef on that staff. So I'm going to start up above the staff and draw a line that curves back and forth and then end it with a little dot. So it's sort of like a stretched out skinny letter S with a little tail right there on it. Then I'm going to draw a second line, and it's going to go the opposite way, forward and then back, and it's going to sit down on this bottom line. That's where that curve ends. Curl all the way around, and it's just going to cross this line right here, this second line from the bottom. That line is G. That inside curve always intersects that line, and that's what tells you that that line is G. I'm going to do all of that again. So you start up at the top, curve back, curve forward, tail. Back the top, curve forward, curve back, sit on the bottom line, cross the second line. And that is how you draw a treble clef. Now I'm going to show you how to draw a bass clef, and to me bass clef is a little bit easier than treble clef. So you're going to start here on the second space and you're going to make a big old dot, and then you're going to draw a big curve, kind of like an upside down letter J in a way. And then once you've got that curve and it doesn't go any higher than here, it doesn't go any lower than here, you're going to draw two dots around this second line from the top. So one dot goes above it, one dot goes below it. That line is F, which is part of why we call it F clef, because it sort of looks like a letter F with a real fancy hat, and it tells us where F is. So I'm going to do that again. The second space, I'm going to draw my big dot and then my curve, and then my two little dots above and below that line. That's how you draw a bass clef. Now, what if I don't have a pre-existing staff, but I still want to be able to draw clefs or write some music? This is a speedy way to draw your own staff. So I'm going to start with a vertical line, just like that. Now I'm going to do a horizontal line at the top. The straighter it is, the easier it will be to read. I'm not the art teacher. Then you're going to do the same thing at the bottom of your vertical line. And then whenever you reach the end of your piece of paper or whatever you're drawing on, now you've made a stretched out rectangle. Next, you're going to draw a horizontal line in the middle, splitting that rectangle in half. Now you're going to take each of these halves and you're going to split those in half. And there you go. 5 lines, 4 spaces. A staff. Let's draw some clefs on this staff I just made. There's our treble clef, sitting a little bit high, but the important thing is that that inside curve goes through that line. And then I'm going to draw a bar line just to make it really clear that this is the treble clef side, this is the bass clef side. I'm going to draw me a bass clef right here. Dot, dot. Ta-da!
Van Gogh, I've just got so much talent.